My name is Hazel Van Dusen, and my subject for the Language Convention project was symbols and motifs. So what is a symbol? Well, a symbol is an image that represents a movement or a group. It's also a means of communication, such as the alphabet. So what are more examples of symbols? Well, another example could be the English alphabet, the hiragana, or the Chinese characters. These are all symbols that we use on our day-to-day lives, depending on where we're from, of course, that we use to communicate from person to person. Now, other symbols that we probably all know is the symbol of peace and the Illuminati symbol. Now, here's a not-so-fun fact about some symbols. I'm pretty sure we all here know who Buddha is. Well, Buddha used to have the swastika on its chest that represented peace, but the Nazis took it, turned it a bit, and turned the swastika into what we know most nowadays. It represents hate and violence more than what it used to be. So, what is a motif? Well, a motif is something that is very reoccurring and repetitive. Examples of this can be an object, a theme, an event, all of these things that are very repetitive in a story, literature, movie, anything like that is a motif. It represents that something is going to happen in this character's near future. Some examples of this can be the phrase, "some things in life never change." This can be an indicator that something in this person's life is going to change, and it's going to be a big one. Something else is broken glass. A lot of broken glass that is seen very frequently in anything can be represented as some, things in life are very fragile and can change and shatter in just a moment. So it's, in a way, it's showing you that this person's life is about to shatter. Now, I'm sure that most people watching this have a younger sibling or a cousin. In my case, I have a nephew who really likes Frozen and Disney movies in general. Now, what I found was very interesting while making this presentation is that I saw that in the movie Frozen, the second one, there is a phrase that is repeated a lot in the beginning, which is "some things never change." Well, they also made a song in the movie about this phrase, and right after that, everything in their life changed completely. It was a drastic change for everybody, and I found it very interesting that this is an example of that motif. So, how can you tell a motif and a symbol apart? Well, a motif is something that is more abstract. It isn't in-your-face obvious that, hey, this is a motif. You really have to think about it and look into it. Whereas a symbol is a picture or a design that has a certain meaning to it, a meaning that is very obvious. These are some examples that can help you to better understand. Here we have a white circle. This white circle alone isn't a symbol, it's just a white circle. Whereas we have the yin and yang symbol over here. This is a symbol because it represents. Another example for the motifs I was thinking about earlier today is in Romeo and Juliet. We've mentioned death a lot in the story already, and we're only through Act 1. I think this is going to be a motif, a hint that something is going to happen in the future involving death and major loss. What is the difference between a symbol and a motif? Well, a symbol is an object, something that you can actually touch. Whereas a motif is an idea, it's abstract, you can't actually touch it. A symbol represents an idea, whereas a motif represents a theme, which are two different things. A symbol is also something that can appear maybe once or twice in a literature or a movie, whereas a motif needs to show up or be talked about more than once. It needs to be repetitive and throughout the story. Otherwise, it's just not a motif. That's all. Hopefully I was able to teach you a few things about symbols and motifs.